Hello, everyone, and tonight we've got just a little bit of homework that I want to show off, partially because that was in the instructions for the homework, but it's pretty interesting stuff. So, what we have here is two paddles, one for each hand that you control both using the keyboard. You can use WASD for one, and then the other can be either the arrow keys or IJKL, depending on personal preference. And, these can pass through each other and run into the sides of the screen, but no going off the screen because that's just silly. So, let me fire up another instance. This one will be the client, and you can see we've got the two hands sliding around, and then we've got the other two for the other player shown in red. And if we slide back over here to the original, we can kind of see that both are going and moving, and we've actually started the ball going. When you hit it, it starts bouncing around, pretty similar to a lot of the other Pong games you've seen probably. We do have a fixed speed for the ball, so just to keep it from getting kind of stalled out or weird situations like that. Once it hits the edge of the screen, it gives points to the relative person and then resets the middle. Yeah, and this is, networked, so you can see it going. It has things so that way if someone tries to sit on the ball, it will still move. It doesn't freak out or do anything too crazy. And then obviously we can just kind of interact with the other side. So you could put both your paddles over here if you want, but probably not the best plan to actually do that. Yeah, nothing too crazy, except for the fact that you're controlling two objects at once. Now, it would be possible to code this similarly to how games that control one thing work, right? In Unity, you have this idea of a server and a client, and the server gets the final say and everything. And so to actually make stuff happen, you either need to be the server or be the player objects, which are given kind of a special authority. And so what we can do is in our network manager, we can actually spawn additional objects with authority using the network server to spawn them in, and then they can act similarly to the player, but they're not quite the same. There's some weird cases here, like when we're checking to figure out if we need to send information about one of them to a different person, and we're trying to figure out, hey, is this information for one of the people that I'm controlling, or is it someone else's? We actually have to kind of do two different checks, one against the owned objects and one against the actual player, because those are treated slightly differently. So, and then for the ball, it's pretty straightforward, just a little bit of physics. I just went with all my own collision detection because everything's just either boundary, square, or circles, so it was easier than trying to get the physics system to play nicely with the networking code that I'd written. So yeah, just a quick little project, little homework that I thought was pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.